Hello, my friends. And unfortunately, today the Russians have once again captured more settlements, and their advancement along the front line continues. But official statements about the possibility of the Russians moving towards Kharkiv are very concerning. And today we see a significant increase in shelling in the vicinity of Kharkiv. Therefore, there is a possibility that they are preparing the artillery in the area to try to start a new offensive and expand the front line in the near future. But for now, the situation remains extremely tense. And today, let's start with the Kupiansk direction right away, because it's most likely that if they move towards Kharkiv, they will immediately start pushing aggressively here to reach the rear of the city. And unfortunately, today the capture of Kislivka has been confirmed. And a part of Kotlarivka has fallen under Russian control. So their advancement here was 1 kilometer and 200 meters. And additionally, in the area of Tabaivka, it seems they have new successes as well, as they have started storming Pishane and are advancing approximately 1.5 kilometers from the furthest front line. So in the Svatove area, offensive actions continue towards Berestove and Stelmachivka, but there have been no successes in the past day and the front line remains unchanged. In the direction of Crimea now, so the occupiers have reduced their activity without achieving any successes. So battles are ongoing in the vicinity of the village of Terny and in the forest near Crimea. So there is a significant amount of shelling in other settlements, and the Russians have begun another round of regrouping. So moving towards Siversk, in the Siversk direction, battles are ongoing for Bilohorivka and in the Rozdolivka area. But in other areas along the front line, shelling continues. However, there have been no changes in the front over the past day. So moving towards Chasiv Yar. In the Chasiv Yar direction, the occupiers continue their assaults in the micro-district Novy. Battles are also ongoing in Ivanivsky area. So over the past day, 10 attacks were recorded in this area. However, there have been no advances by the Russians and the front line remains unchanged. So moving towards Avdiivka, because in the Avdiivka direction, there has also been a slight decrease in activity today. So with 18 attacks recorded over the past day. However, their successes continues, and the occupiers have captured Arkhangelsk and have come very close to Kalinovo. And so it's evident that they are continuing to advance towards their highway, towards Konstantinivka. So here, with a broad front. And currently, the distance to the highway remains 8.5 kilometers. So battles are also ongoing for Novoalexandrivka, the village of Sokol, Novopokrovsk and Umansk in this direction. And Ukrainian forces managed to shoot down a Russian Su-25 aircraft in this direction, but shelling persists both along the front line and deep in the rear. So additionally, the occupiers late yesterday evening struck in Pokrovsk, so which is here, targeting vital infrastructure. Moving towards Marinka. In the direction of Marinka, unfortunately, the occupiers have achieved new successes following yesterday's battles for Krasnohorivka. So they have managed to advance another 1 kilometer and 400 meters into the city. Although there are no reports of new assaults today, battles continue in the Georgievka area and Paraskovievka. So the situation here remains very challenging. Moving towards Vuhledar. In the Vuhledar direction. So the occupiers ultimately failed to break through towards Vodane. However, the situation remains extremely complex in the areas of Staromayorsk and Urozhaine. So here they are attempting assaults and shelling settlements with multiple groups. So they are breaking through the fields towards Novodarivka also, where battles are reported now. And that's not all. So to the west, in the area of Malinivka, assaults by the occupiers have also been recorded. So it seems they are attempting to advance towards the outskirts of the Donetsk region in this direction. And moving towards Zaporizhia. In the Zaporizhia direction, the occupiers continue the attacks on Robotyne, and there has been an increase in shelling here as well. So it appears they are also increasing the number of attacks in this area to break through to the front line. And finish our frontline update in the Kherson direction. So in the Kherson direction, there is also a significant amount of shelling on the right bank persist, and periodic attempts on the village of Krinky continue as well. However, the front line remains unchanged, and the Ukrainian forces haven't experienced any setbacks here. So all attacks are primarily halted due to the use of drones. So meanwhile, Zhorin mentioned that the Russians may eventually resort to using nuclear weapons. So let's look.
Вважає західну позицію на сьогоднішній день дуже слабкою, ну прям максимально слабкою, м'якою і небезпечною для них. Це в тому числі, а не тільки для нас. Тому я в цьому не впевнений. Чи застосують колись росіяни тактичну ядерну зброю? Так, я вважаю, що вони це можуть зробити. Проте, знову ж таки, не треба перебільшувати наслідки сучасної тактичної ядерної зброї. Це не буде Хіросіма. Ну, от таких кадрів ми не побачимо при використанні сьогоднішньої сучасної тактичної ядерної зброї. Ну, по-перше, тому що в нас всі міста, вони бетонні, що ураження зменшує набагато. По-друге, це зовсім інший заряд, який там несеться. І по-третє, це все ж таки наслідки, так чи інакше, але вони для росіян будуть. Тому я думаю, що враховуючи всю таку нервозність і психованість росіян, вони колись можуть дійти до стану, що вони захочуть її використати. Це абсолютно можливо. Проте не треба боятися і перебільшувати наслідки від цього використання, навіть якщо вони будуть. І наслідки для Росії після цього теж можуть бути набагато більшими, ніж там вплив від безпосередньо застосування цієї ядерної зброї.
So, what do you think about this, please? Share your thoughts in the comments. Will it come to a nuclear war? So meanwhile, Polish foreign minister says Putin should be wondering what Ukraine's Western allies might do next. So it's stated by Radoslav Sikorski, Poland Ministers of Foreign Affairs, and citing French President Emmanuel Macron's statement that he's not ruling out of the possibility of deploying Western troops to Ukraine. So Sikorski said that Putin should be put in a position where he is not sure what the West might do, instead of ruling out certain scenarios. And when asked whether Poland was considering sending its troops to Ukraine, Sikorski said that wasn't going to reveal Poland's plans in order to make Putin wonder what we will do, and not always reassure him that we won't do certain things. So we are spending the biggest proportion of our GDP on defense in NATO, so 4% of GDP, and we might go higher next year, said Sikorski. So overall, today the Russians are sending about 30,000 soldiers to Ukraine per month, and a similar number is lost. So, however, it's still reported that the number of Russian armed forces personnel in the occupied territories is gradually increasing. So, in early 2024, 64,000 personnel were added to the territory of Ukraine. But according to data from the Russian Ministry of Defense, the number of new contractors compared to 2023 so decreased by 37%. So overall, we are waiting to see how events will unfold, but for now, it's clear that the Russians are only increasing their army and military industry and don't plan to stop. So, and that's all from me. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and of course hit the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.